Hello, my Facebook friends. How are you? Heather Ramos coming to you from Dallas, Texas. It's Daily Dose of Ramos, Dallas edition. Gosh, I'm not liking this lighting at all in here. I look like I gained 10 years of my life being here in Dallas during the winter storms. If you're feeling that, drop me a 2 like, yup, I feel like 10 years was added to my life being here. But so I came here for multiple reasons. One of the key reasons I came, though, actually, I wanted to try out this amazing church that I had been hearing about that I wanted to check out here. As you can hear, I'm at the airport, so hopefully it's not too broken and loud, and I'm being a little bit of a rebel, pulling my mask down so you can hear me. But as you're popping on, drop a comment where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know where you guys are calling from. So besides obviously having my team of health warriors here, gosh, this is like every single announcement coming through right now. I came from my second brow appointment with my girl Amanda. Lots of people are asking me, you travel for Dallas? I'm like, I travel for the right reasons. But of course, I love that girl. She's amazing. So I came to do my second part because anyone who's ever had their brows done, it's a 2-part series. You come for the first one, then you do the second one. But so hopefully it's not too loud in here and you can actually hear me. But so Self-Reflection Sunday, I like to go a little bit deeper with what I talk about. And so as I was driving to the airport, I was actually listening to the service from the church that I wanted to go see, but unfortunately, Mother Nature had different plans and the weather kind of made a stink in that. And so, but I talked with you guys a little bit yesterday about the feeling of belonging, believing, becoming. And so along the continuation of that, I wanted to talk with you guys today about the sense of belonging, because a lot of us want to feel like we belong. And something happened on the way here. Obviously, I have amazing friends who are like family to me. You guys know who you are. Shout out to all of you guys who took care of me while I was here. The power went out. Some of them lost water, but I definitely had some amazing friends that stepped in like family to take care of me while I was in another state. But trust me, normally I get sad when I'm ready to leave Dallas, but this time I'm kind of ready to go home. I'm ready to see my babies and kiss on their little cute faces. But I was sitting here reflecting on the way in because it was talking about belonging and how so many of us do things, whether it be in a wrong relationship. I kind of talked about this yesterday, being in a wrong relationship, putting ourselves in wrong conditions, business, maybe we're in a job that we hate, but we do all these things and we're trying to find a sense of belonging, or maybe it's in school or whatever we're doing. Well, when I was listening to his service on the way in, I just really felt it on my heart about the feeling belonging. And because one of the things when I came here is I was going to go check out this church, which is amazing. But honestly, one of the reasons why I had a hard time finding a church for the longest time is because I believe in tithing, I believe in giving back, I believe in giving God his percentage, I believe it's all his, so obviously. But one of the things I really had a hard time with for the longest time growing up was organized religion, because a lot of the time people who were preaching the word or doing what they're doing, their actions were not exactly aligning with what they were always talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, drop me a 5, like a high five. Like, some people that have been that way. No judgment, no calling anyone out, but right? So I struggled with it because I knew my relationship with God was strong. Sometimes I dampened it because it was a little bit too strong for some people. And I kind of lost myself along the way. And so as I'm finding myself being called to this journey, doing new things, living a new life. For those of you who followed along, I was that super sick person that 13 departments of the Mayo Clinic said would never get better. So that's why I do this and where I'm living, right? I do it in my mom's memory because that's all she wanted me to ever do was live. And after she died from multi-organ failure caused by pharmaceuticals, I made a promise to her, to God, that I would not only try to change thousands of lives, multiple lives on a global level, I would do my best to try to make sure that people didn't suffer in the way that we did, and losing her, as well as how I used to be, being sick all the time. But I try to reflect. I try to create inspiration, hope, use my circumstances. And so I got away from some of the churches because I had a hard time with them always preaching about money and don't forget to give them money and this and that. I'm like, I'm giving the money. I'll give back, and do what I need. But I wanted somebody that spoke to my soul. And so I wanted to check out this church for that reason. And so since unfortunately things didn't work out the way I wanted this trip, and I will check it out next time I come, but I was thinking about it because the word is still the same, finding a sense of belonging, finding whether it be a church, a work, a family. Some of us may not even feel like we belong in our own family. I was thinking about that. And it was really heavy on my heart as I was coming in. And so I, of course, being, winter snowmageddon over here and everything that happened, it was kind of not the best trip, but I always like to look at my glasses half full and know that the reasons I was here was for a reason. I was called here. I came here. I did what I was supposed to do. May not know the rippling effect of it until I go home or many years down the road, but I go where I'm called, because the thing is that I try to tell you guys all the time, there's going to be times in our lives that we're called to things, or we're going to feel it's almost like a whisper in our ear. And as I was sitting, getting checked in for my flight, of course, the windshield to the rental car cracked. So it was like one thing after another. And easily I could have got all wrapped up in it and got all angry and been like, this just sucks. Everything sucks. But I don't want to do that. Not today. Sundays when I like to hold an extra grateful heart about everything going on in my life. So I just was rolling with it. Well, when I was sitting at the gate getting ready to get my ticket, I heard a woman talking at the thing and she was sobbing. She's like, please, I'm tapped out. I have no more money. They weren't letting her get on the plane. She was just sobbing hysterically. And I almost didn't get checked in for my flight because I was so busy watching her, not because I was people watching, but because something in my heart, like on my spirit, was like, reach out to her, like find out what's going on, see if there's something that you can help. And, and so as they were checking me in, the lady's like, ma'am, and I'm like, oh yeah. And so I checked my bags in and I walk over to her because she's sobbing and I'm just like, hey, are you okay? And she's like, oh yes, I'm sorry. I've been stuck here. It's been a horrible trip. I'm just tapped out. I'm having a hard time. And, I just told her, so are you sure you're okay? Like, do you have money? Are you okay to to get where you need to go? And she explains her story and how she's going to get stuck here again. She's like, no, I got friends. I appreciate it. But the way her face lit up, because she saw me looking at her and that I was so distracted with because most of us are so distracted in our own lives that we don't pick up on this. We don't pick up on these things, right? You're at the airport, you're trying to get out of Snowmageddon, you're trying to get to where you're getting and you're not paying attention to anything else. And something I could feel it being spoken to my heart that I had to reach out. And even if she wouldn't have accepted anything from me or I couldn't give her anything, I at least just wanted to let her know that she was being heard, that she was being felt, that somebody was feeling that she was having pain in that moment. And she wiped her tears away and she, said, I really, really appreciate you at least caring, because, there was tons of people in the airport. I know it's a little bit not so big for Dallas right now because it's what it could be, but even with all that being going, there was enough quietness that anyone else could have saw that and stepped up and said something. And it didn't require necessarily giving her anything. It was just acknowledging her and letting her know that she's not alone, letting her have a sense of belonging just for that moment, because in that moment she felt you could see the distraught in her face. So it really spoke to me today, because I just wanted to share with you guys is that I try daily to be the best version of myself every day. From walking through the airport, TSA stopped me. I was like, oh, you always try to keep me in Dallas when I'm trying to go home, but yet you complain about me bringing my Oregon weather with me. And, and I was teasing and I laugh and I just try to smile at people, even though you can't see it through the mask. You just see the smile through the, the eyes. And, and just trying to do my part to just give back a little bit to everybody, so that everybody, and it may sound stupid, but just a smile. Put a smile in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you're just having a shit day, and just that smile is enough of what you need, just to be reminded that somebody else sees us. Because sometimes when we don't feel like we're belonging, we don't feel like people see us, or we're going out of our way to try to get people to see us that probably aren't the people that we need to be having see us, because if they're not understanding and recognizing us and appreciating us in the moment, then that's probably not someone that we need to be trying to strive to. And so as I was coming here and I was talking, I tell you all the time, I talk very candid to God on the way here, and I was like, this trip didn't go as I planned. I still don't know exactly what you had planned while I was here, but I went ahead and flowed with it through the whole time and kept a grateful heart. And even when people were like, man, this really sucks for you, I kept reminding them it really doesn't. And even some stuff happened that could have made it really suck. But I was like, no, it doesn't suck, because everywhere I am, everything I'm doing, I'm right in the spot that I'm supposed to be, as long as I keep my heart open and I'm listening to what's being whispered in my ear. Unfortunately, sometimes the evil side is on there trying to find our weaknesses and wreak havoc in it, trying to change it. But for the most part, if you're going through with an open heart and open mind, you're trying to be open to it, you'll be surprised how it really does feel like it's being whispered in your ear. Like when I was talking with that girl, it was like I just felt like it was spoken to me, like, Heather, go reach out to her. And she was open to it. It wasn't like she was like, oh, creeper, why are you in my business? I was like, no, because I came with a genuine heart. She knew I had a genuine heart. She knew that I really wanted to help her and make sure everything was okay. And so whether it be opening a door for someone, which I know everyone's like, come on, Heather, it's COVID, but opening a door, smiling, helping somebody just laugh, cracking a joke. Maybe somebody needed a joke right in that moment. Whatever it is that you're doing to be your best version of yourself, kudos to you. And I think you're freaking amazing, because I think that a lot of us dampen our spirits, dampen our gifts. We don't always come to the calling because we got our own shiznit going on, and it's like, oh, that's just one more person or thing to worry about. But sometimes you'll be surprised if little things like that how different it can make somebody's day. How different, you know, when I came back through, I was walking the wrong direction. I was joking around that I was just walking around getting some exercise in TSA because I was going back and forth because they have some areas closed down. I'm like, I'm just over here getting my exercise, don't mind me, you know, and teasing about it. And so I passed her again the next time, you know, and her face just lit up and she smiled and she was on the phone trying to make her arrangements and she gave me a wave and said, you know, thank you again. And that may sound stupid and insignificant to many of you guys, but to me, it was like, it makes my soul giddy because it just, you know, if it makes your soul giddy when something like that happens, drop giddy in the comments because it's just an amazing feeling. It didn't require me to give up anything, which I would have. I was prepared to like give her some money to get a meal or do something, you know, because I felt it. And I listened to my calling and I wanted to share that with you because I know sometimes things happen. Like I said, maybe it's organized religion, maybe it's things that are going on in our lives, things that kind of distract us from being like, yeah, I don't know if that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. But whether you're sitting at the top of a mountaintop talking to God, or whether you're in the church, or whether you're on your knees at home just praying silently, I just want you guys to know that he's listening and you belong and that you are his person. You are his precious jewels. You are his diamonds. And he wants you to always know that no matter where you're at in your life. And maybe you just needed to hear that today. So if you got value from that, drop me a diamond in the comments or drop me a value. And like I said, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm going to get ready to go back home finally. Still don't know what was going on here in Dallas. It was a bit crazy. And of course, now you can see the sun out behind me. I'm like, of course, as I'm leaving. But it's okay. I'll be back. So anyways, guys, I hope you're having a fabulous self-reflection Sunday. Don't forget you belong. Just try not to belong in the wrong spots where you're not supposed to be. And if it all seems like everything's falling apart and you don't feel like you belong in your life, your marriage, your sickness, your everything else, just remember that you do belong. You belong here and you belong right in the moment you are. And as long as you're not dodging your blessings and you're not doing things just to be mean or hurtful to other people and you're really striving to be your best self every single day, then you're right where you belong. And so anyways, guys, like I said, I hope you have an amazing self-reflection Sunday. Thanks, Sandra. I will have safe travels. I'm telling you, I went viral again on TikTok. Not that I'm complaining because I love changing lives, but I'll tell you as one person, I tell you guys all the time, I'm like combating naturally. And it is amazing when God steps in and uses you like no other. Don't get me wrong, it's not so great when all the trolls come along because there's always going to be somebody, I tell you guys, no matter if you're Mother Teresa or you're Jesus himself, there's going to be somebody who comes along and tries to fling some mud at you and dampen your bright light that you let shine because nobody wants to accept that maybe they're not letting their light shine. So it's easier just to throw shade at you sometimes. And so I hope you guys are having, like I said, an amazing self-reflection Sunday. Get the week, slay whatever it is you're doing. And I hope you just stay safe, guys. God bless.